Hi, in this video on my TXT Discovery robot and controller, I want to focus first on the sonar. You can see the sonar right here, and as you have seen in the previous videos, there is an idea that it at times does not respond to the sonar at all, while when testing with RoboPro the sonar works perfectly. So the problem is certainly not the wiring. It may be the algorithm that I've written, but I first want to test how the sonar reacts to the objects, and for that I once again use these battery packs. This is of course just one, but I'm using one at first. Sonar is a 3D cone, three-dimensional, which diverts a little bit here, and that in 3D. So if you put something up high, it will be noticed, and if you put something here, it will be noticed, or detected anyway. The question is, with so an object being put here, it will be detected here too, but will it be detected here and here? I have to stay in view for the camera, so it will be detected here, or here, or here, and that same goes of course the other way. So that will be my first focus for this video, and whatever happens next we'll see right after that. So the first test is with one battery pack right in front of it. Let's see what happens. Starting the program. And that happens, so it doesn't respond to the sonar at all. Although now for the first time the light is working. Let's just run it for a little while. And it takes the cloth with it, so end of experiment 1. While the robot clearly didn't stop before hitting the camera pack, it is clearly visible that the sonar routine is being accessed. So the question is, why doesn't it stop? Because very clearly there's no speed reducing, and that is for check out, see if it should be reduced, and yes, it should be reduced to 0, as we can see here. It doesn't happen. Although I should better put a statement in that the motor indeed has stopped. But here it is clear that the motor should stop. It probably has, but not before hitting it, and that is obviously not the intention. So let's go on with the tests. So now it is time to do a similar test but with 2 AccuPacks on top. let's wait till something happens. If something happens. And it looks like I have to kill the process once again. And started. And now it works. And now it actually works as it should. And the lamp works as it should. Okay, that goes more or less. And this went better. So let's do some more tests on one battery pack. So let's see in the output, and to my surprise there's no sonar, because if we look back we can clearly see that the sonar acts up. Well, acts up, it just responds the way it should. However, we skip this because here I had to terminate. But here, although it looked like the sonar was being used, it wasn't. And the counter hits 96, counter end is 110, 101. After 100, turn distance set. So, when does that happen? Let's view the code. What happens? It clearly says after 100. Which is here. So it is after the light, after the sound. However, there's no sonar involved in this case. So perhaps I should reduce the distance a little bit. So time for the next experiment. So the next experiment is one battery pack slightly moved to the side, which should be still in range for the sonar. So let's see what happens. Once again, if something happens. And it looks like that I have to kill and restart again. Now it works, and it clearly detects the battery pack. And it makes a nice turn. It moves away the cloth and it doesn't stop. So some nice results, but giving some questions as well. So it's time to watch the output once again. Is it a sonar or is it not? And I'm afraid it was not a sonar. I can't see any sonar action in here, can I? Very odd indeed. So let's do it again, but on a shorter distance. So this time with the battery pack placed at the other side. I'm curious what will happen now. Will it use the sonar? Because as you saw in the screen response, although it turned, it was not because of the sonar. Connection is aborted somehow, so I have to restart. Start it again. There it goes. A very nice turn, and obviously, hopefully, a sonar response, but we will get to see that soon enough. And that was the end of this experiment. Although it looks like a fail, this time it's not a fail, because here it is very clearly seen that the sonar works. So the question is once again, if the sonar works, why doesn't it stop? To get clarity myself, I will add a line in this sonar module or sonar piece. Print sonar speed set to 0 or just speed 0. What more clarity do we want? Anyway, this was clearly a sonar action. So let's see at say 20 centimeters what works. So this time with the battery pack set at the measured distance of 15 centimeters from the sonar, and again at the left side seen from the robot. Let's see what happens. If something happens. It doesn't look like it, so I have to restart again. So restarted. Let's see. Nope. That was a clear fail. So with this fail, I will enlarge the distance a little bit to 20 centimeters. Okay, let's go back into the screen output. Here we start. And here clearly is seen that the sonar absolutely works. And what happens then is after 100 turn distance set, which means, by the way, that if the object passes 100 before sonar, that may be the culprit. Let's see if that is actually the culprit. I doubt it, by the way. Because here also, let's go to the here, if sonar distance is smaller than 10, well, that we see. However, get current count state current counter value is smaller than 1000, so that should not be a problem. And what happens then? It's just saying after 100, so not at 100. So although here it's set a turn, of course, here, and then after sound turn speed set, and it just set a distance of 100. That was the point. Anyway, the algorithm clearly works. The question is, why doesn't the sonar always work? And as we have seen now, the when the battery pack is on the right side, seen from the robot, it doesn't always notice the object, but at the left side, so far it does. So let's do one more experiment with one battery pack at the right side from the robot. I'm curious what will happen. At a measured distance of 20 centimeters, again at the left side, seen from the robot. Let's see what happens now. And I have to restart. It stops because it clearly saw the sonar. And again a nice turn, taking the cloth. But as we shall see in the output, the sonar clearly works. So once again, one battery pack set to the right side of the sonar at a measured distance of 20 centimeters. So let's see what happens. If anything. There it goes. And totally ignores, so most likely this is due to being too far away, too far to the right, I mean, and I saw the display flash, so that means there's no routine playing anymore at the moment. So let's set it up again, because without the running algorithm which stops for one or some reason, it simply won't work. So once again at 20 centimeters and a little bit more centered for the battery pack. Let's see. What and if? A nice stop, a nice turn, nice flash of the light, one flash of the light, but no sound this time, and for some reason it stops riding anyway. Will something more happen? I have no idea. So far it doesn't do anything anymore. So let's look at the output once more. So let's have a look what has happened right now. Yes, it is clear that the sonar worked perfectly even. And 100 distance. And why does it stop? I have no idea. I don't see it. Anyway, this has been a very nice experiment. Seeing how the sonar works, I've seen that it works. Sometimes unexpectedly it didn't work. But clearly distance matters, and the width of the sonar cone matters for the objects, and if only a little bit out of range, you can forget it. And with that I say thank you for watching, and to be continued with more tests and experiments.